When was a narcissist in your life humbled to their core? When I first met my wife Megan, she was so perfect that she made me believe in love again. Because not only was she extremely beautiful, but also did volunteer work at a pediatric hospice and worked as a pro bono lawyer for disabled people whose benefits were cut and were facing homelessness. Literally perfect. I proposed to her after just a year of dating, and when she said yes, it felt like my heart had wings. I swear I literally looked like this. Now, before I continue, you have to know that even though she was a pro bono lawyer, she was making $75,000 a year, and I was making around $500,000 a year as a tech entrepreneur. Plus, the last girlfriend I had gave me financial trauma. She'd text me for large amounts of money practically every week, and when I realized what was going on and tried to say no, she emotionally blackmailed me. It was always a new excuse. I'm suicidal. Life is so hard I can't even work. My mom is sick again. I need this for her medication. And lastly, her favorite, you're so ungrateful. Do you even love me? And because I was raised to never give up on relationships, I stayed with the last girlfriend for 2 years until she broke up with me after I finally stood my ground. Ever since then, I've been ultra careful with money. So now I hope you can understand why I wanted Megan to sign a prenup. I tried to explain why and outlined everything to make sure she didn't think I didn't trust her or something. But still, she shut down. Suddenly the air felt tight enough to snap. Wow, she said, her tone betraying a feeling of betrayal. I didn't know you were that type of guy. My heart instantly started hurting, and I immediately jumped in to reassure her. No, baby, I love you. And if anything ever happens, I will always make sure that you are covered, no matter what. But still, this wasn't enough for her, and tears started welling in her eyes. She probably expected me to instantly change my mind, to tell her that I was sorry, and I take it back. And if it was the old me, the one before my ex, I probably would have. But I had already sworn to myself that I was never going back to financial abuse. So I just held her in silence, wondering if I had chosen another wolf in sheep's clothing. And I guess she picked up on me being adamant about my decision, because that's when she walked right out of our shared home and drove over to her mom's place. I honestly didn't know what to do. On the one hand, I had this nagging feeling in my gut that she wasn't the one. But on the other hand, a part of me felt guilty, like I had somehow failed her. I decided to just give her some space, let her process everything. I never heard from her again, until a week later, that is. That's when she knocked on the door. Her eyes were puffy, and her mouth was set like she'd already made up her mind. She didn't waste time, didn't ask how I was, didn't offer a hug. She just sat down at the kitchen table and took a deep breath like she was about to deliver a verdict. I can't marry someone who doesn't trust me. I just sat there, feeling everything and nothing at the same time. She stood up, walked to the door, and finished with, I really hope you find peace one day. I didn't even realize I was crying until I tasted salt. And as soon as the door shut, it all came spilling out. But even through the heartbreak, I sensed something. I had dodged a bullet, and over the next few days, this feeling only solidified. So much so that I decided to make a public announcement about it. You see, my cousin is an influencer whose page is about mental health advocacy. Naturally, abuse was a pretty big topic he liked to cover. So I decided to submit a story. Nothing about Megan and her shenanigans. In fact, I didn't even mention her name. I simply informed him of the signs and causes of financial abuse, and that men could suffer from it too. And the caption was a GoFundMe for a local women's domestic abuse center, which I started by donating $10,000 to. It gained a lot of traction very quickly. It made me feel like everything truly does happen for a reason. And that's when I got the text. It was Megan. She sent me a link to the post and said, I wonder what the world will think of this. In the next photo she sent, her arms and legs were covered in bruises that I never gave her. I was trying to make sense of it, but I couldn't. Was she threatening me? Soon after, I got the notification that I was tagged in a post on Instagram. The photo was the one she had just sent me. Sometimes the ones who preach the loudest about abuse are the ones doing it behind closed doors. #BelieveWomen. My chest tightened. Trying to ruin my finances is one thing, but my life, the one that I had, built from the ground up, that was a different story. And I was ready to get her back, except 100 times worse. The rest of the full story is on my channel and linked below.